ads at kcaaradio.com.
KCAA.
You're listening to the WeTube Radio Show on KCAA NBC News Radio.
Welcome to the WeTube Radio Show with your host, Andrew Caravella and Manny Boy Sandoval. The WeTube Radio Show, where we talk everything YouTube. And now here's your host, Andrew Caravella and Manny Boy Sandoval.
What's up, Inland Empire?
What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing?
Did you really have to grab it like your Aerosmith?
Like I'm on the microphone right now. I'm performing.
This is great. We've had like 3 episodes in a row where we didn't have to do a rerun because we are not that busy.
We're on a roll.
We're on a roll.
It's usually me.
It's usually
Andrew that is like
I'm so
sick.
busy.
You're never busy.
Yes, I'm always
down.
busy. I'm always
Calm it
busy.
down. Don't try and like impress all of the listeners out there.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I want to impress all the listeners because I'm trying to get into the hipster crowd as far as our demographic.
Look at Andrew's new outfit.
I literally am wearing something. If you're looking online, I'm literally wearing something that like is a hand-me-down from like
and
my
if you're
brother.
not looking online, listen. We'll give you 5 seconds to run over to your computer, log in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Boom.
Stand up for them one more time.
One more time. Look at this.
He has like some like some orangish salmon-colored pants.
Salmon-colored pants?
Yes,
They're
salmon.
burgundy.
That's not salmon.
That looks.
I have just
similar to
learned.
salmon. Apparently, I don't know my colors.
I have just learned Manny Boy Sandoval is colorblind.
Sandoval?
Did I say Sandy?
I
Sandoval.
did say Sandyval, yeah.
Wow, that sounds.
I don't know. Like the
different.
shirt's like too big. I don't know what's going on here.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. And then my hair. I was going to wear a hat today.
You
Didn't
make it
out.
work, Andrew.
Thank you.
And I'm
make
in
it
all
work.
black today, so.
You make that work too.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's your soul.
Exactly. I have a black soul, and I'm wearing a Native American shirt today because Friday is California Native American Day.
Is it?
For all those who don't know.
The more you know.
Oh, in September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month for those who don't know, so
The more
just
you
wanted
know.
to share that with you all as well. So make sure you pull out those gold ribbons.
Very cool. Oh, we got a huge mega superstar
We
social
do.
media guest today. But before we get to him, we got to talk about the digital trends that are happening in the world.
We do have to talk about a lot of stuff has happened in Instagram world, Netflix,
And Disney. Let's start.
crazy.
Let's start there. Okay, Netflix and Disney are like. They're like stepbrothers that don't get along, and they are fighting for the future of streaming for kids because when it comes to media, kids is where the money's at.
right.
Yeah. So, okay. So it's pretty much this is what it breaks down to. The streaming services continue
Wait,
to.
I am so sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but
no, go
why
ahead.
in the world do you have 3,213 emails?
This is why we do reruns on the show when I'm not here because I
That is
don't
crazy.
have time. I'm so busy.
You need to vet that email account or something.
Right. You know, for a TV personality, it's funny. I was carpooling. I picked up our one of our receptionists today to get to work, and I said, do you mind if I take a couple calls?
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to have a conversation in the car because I was doing nothing but TV calls all day today. So he's like, "That's seriously your life?" I'm
Right.
like, "Yeah, just today."
Working while working.
Working while working.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, okay, streaming services, Netflix, Disney. Okay, the streaming services continue to expand. Rivals everywhere are fighting it out. The most prized eyeballs of all, though, will be on the billions of children out there because children is what makes the world go round. So, Disney is doing like their own version of Netflix called Disney Play. And it's forthcoming. It's going to be late to the party because everyone else has like their streaming platforms. CBS, ABC Go.
I'm pretty sure I have one at this point.
So what it's arguably going to be is they claim it's going to be the most powerful name in entertainment because Disney's the most powerful name in entertainment, and they plan on using the service, poising it for a launch of live action TV shows with both Star Wars and possibly Marvel universes. So
I think it's crazy because I think just standing alone on their name, they're going to do well. But
I don't know. Not
I feel
everything
like
Disney does is well.
I am going to be honest. I don't care for Disney too much. That's not my thing.
Do you remember when cell phones was a thing and everyone had to have their own service? Disney had their own cell phone service called Disney Mobile. Does anyone
Really?
remember that?
No, I also remember Disney Radio, though.
Oh, yeah, that's Radio Disney.
That's
Exactly.
barely clinging on. I think it's still around, though.
It's still around. I have two
Thread.
friends who do the country show, actually, Savvy and Mandy. Shout out.
I just feel like Netflix and Hulu have taken that world in stride.
Well, they
in
have.
strides,
Yeah.
and I don't think Disney will stand a chance
Here's
against them.
the thing, though. Here's the thing that Disney has over all the other ones.
What's that?
They have all of this intellectual property, and they have even
Right.
more now. Now that they're going to be buying most of Fox.
That's monopoly.
They're going to have
Well, yeah.
it essentially is, but they're going to have all this intellectual property that they can turn into product. They have all of this backlog of stuff, of old stuff that they could just throw on. I mean, they have more than most, honestly.
Right, but check this out. Netflix, if we look at Netflix, there's a lot to compete with because Disney's launching late in the game. Netflix already has well over 100 million subscribers.
That's true.
And guess what? If you combine all the other platforms that are out there, their subscribers don't even come up to that. That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's insane.
That's going to take a
And
while.
That's even more mind-boggling considering the fact that Netflix never has anything that I want to watch on it. So,
Really?
yeah, I don't like Netflix at all.
Is there a show that you're actually into right now?
The news.
Jeez, my gosh. Okay, well.
The news and the news. KTLA, all of those.
Oh my gosh, you're out of control. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move over to Instagram. Their bosses just quit straight up.
That is pretty intense right there.
They both walked out. They're the ones that actually created it. They're the founders. They literally just left. So it turns out late yesterday, the New York Times reported that Instagram co-founders Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger had both just resigned from the company and planned to leave parent company Facebook within the coming weeks.
I feel like that's pretty suspect right there. So I wonder why both of them
Right.
same time.
Exactly. So history lesson, 2010, IG was created. The app's initial focus was on photography and image composition, which I still think that's important to the platform. You know, I look at it for pictures. Since then, as noted by Systrom, the app's gone on to become one of the biggest social platforms in the world, boasting a billion
Wow.
users, and it's expanding its focus beyond basic sharing. Well, that's because it was the acquisition was in 2012. Facebook took over.
Right.
So, I mean, they've been employed by Facebook since 2012. So that's kind of where the success has gone because of Facebook. But they don't want anything to do with it anymore. At this point, there's no way of knowing the impact, but thus far, Instagram has been able to maintain a level of separation and variation from the parent company. So why would you just leave? If there's obviously a difference and it's not
Right.
like they're owning everything you do that has Facebook splattered all over it, if it's still your creation, why would you leave it?
I know who they should get.
Who?
Tom from MySpace. That would be pretty weird.
Is Tom from MySpace even still with MySpace?
Is he still alive? That's
Yeah.
what I'm wondering.
Tom just disappeared. I think he has like an island somewhere in the Caymans.
That would be cool. But yeah, I don't think they'll have an issue replacing somebody, but I do think someone's intent in going into those positions is going to be hard to
I mean,
fill.
is it possible, Manny, that...
No, I'm not applying. Is that what you're going to ask?
No, that having somebody else at the helm that's not the creator will sink the Instagram ship? Is it possible by this point?
I think at this point, it's kind of probably navigating on its own way. I think what they might run into trouble with in the future is finding new ways to kind of just explore the whole digital realm, because obviously these guys did a really good job.
Right, and now Instagram's doing like their own TV shows.
Right.
IGTV.
And initially, Facebook was very not visual.
Right.
And now it's become a lot more visual. Obviously, they purchased Instagram, and
Yeah.
Instagram's very visual, and it also went from photos to videos. And yeah, I don't know. Who knows what the future holds in
Yeah.
the digital realm, but hopefully they can get somebody to navigate them in the right direction.
Exactly. All right. So, time to get to this part of the show that everyone normally tunes into. Our guest tonight, probably the biggest person that we've had so far as social media influencers go. I mean, we've had music people, we've had actors, we've had what is your guy? Reviews, movie
Simon
reviews.
Class.
We've had there's a little sneak peek. There's Simon Class. We've had who else?
Artists, performers.
Yeah. Directors,
Creators.
filmmakers. That's what I want to say.
Exactly,
But we have an authentic social media influencer who, all the other ones have done social media as well, and they've built their followings. But this one has solely built his following from the ground up through social media, and he's looking to expand to other mediums now. So pretty much tonight we're going to talk to an upcoming, very talented young man who swept the internet by storm in the last couple of years. He is originally from Oklahoma. I don't know if they sound like that.
I don't even know where that's at.
That's because we're from California.
Exactly,
Anything
yeah.
past Arizona, we don't care for. And now is living in LA, trying to continue to make a name for himself and grow his brand. And before we get to his interview, if you're watching online, either on YouTube, shout out to YouTubers, and KCAARadio.com, KCAARadio.com. We're going to show you the video, the number one video that made him the video that made him the social media influencer that he is today, and made him go viral. So just take a look at this if you're watching online. Take a look.
So I'm in class and I had a heavy set lunch. I had a hefty lunch today. Thank you, God. So I had a fart. So I let a little poo-poo, because, you know, everybody poo-poops, you know. A little fart, a little wee-hoo. And this girl named Rebecca gonna comment on my fart and say, oh my gosh, that is so childish of you. You need to stop farting like that's really, we as in seniors, we need to stop farting like that's so childish. First of all, I'm not farting to get laughs. I'm farting so I won't die. All this air in my tooth, I gotta fart. Leave me alone. I can't hold my farts in. Because if I hold it in, my titty gonna hit the floor. I'm gonna walk over my titty, my nip gonna cave in, go straight through my nose, and I'm gonna die. I can't hold my fart in. We all ain't talented like you, Rebecca. Where you can just hold everything in your stomach, you nasty beast. So listen here, Rebecca. If you're gonna talk stuff about my farts, well, I'm just gonna go to your house and just fart on your pillow. Problem solved. Please don't ever do it again, okay? Okay? Because I don't like you.
That is hilarious. I have one question after watching that, and I can't wait to ask it.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, from LA via Skype, it is the one, the only King Bo. Bo, how are you doing, buddy?
For mid-sized business.
Can you hear us?
I don't know what's happening. Engineer Nick, what are you doing?
King Bo, we swear he's coming on, you guys. We're not lying.
Yeah, I'm looking at Nick right now like, what's going on?
Oh, we see him.
There he is. I see him literally on the monitor.
King Bo.
There he is.
We can hear you.
What's up, King Bo?
What's up?
Hey.
How's it going,
Can
man?
you see us now? No, you still don't see us?
No, he can't see anything, but he'll look at this later.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Like, I'm just really. This is my first big interview. This is really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Only 5.5
honestly,
million people are listening.
We're
It's all
like
good.
the most laid back people. Well, actually, I'm the most laid back person here, so.
I'm laid back after a few drinks in my system.
I'm like blacked out after a few drinks. So.
Yeah, we know about you.
I'm just kidding. So, hey, I just have one big question. I want to ask it now before I forget, because I forget everything. And that is, what was the hefty lunch?
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one. Yeah.
So this is when I think. Okay, actually, that whole day happened. It was crazy because there's this restaurant called Zaxby's.
Right.
It's like, I don't know if you guys have. I don't think you guys have it here.
We don't.
But it's like a big chain restaurant in the South, and I had a meeting with the owner because he wanted to manage me or whatever, but that didn't work out. But that day I had to make a video, and he was like, I want to see how funny you are just on the spot. And I was like, okay. So to the right of me was one of my friends. Her name was Mariah. Right. And we were writing. I was writing the script. And
wait, she was in the car?
Yeah, she's in the car, just in the corner. Like, you couldn't see her. And we were in the car, and I was writing the script, and I was like, I couldn't figure out. I just said lunch. I was like, I think I need to say something better. And then I was like, oh my God, like a hefty lunch. And then I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, I think. I don't know. And then I wrote it down, and I made the video, and I was like, this is not funny at all. Right. Like, it's so stupid. And I sent it out, and people were just like, bro, like, for real, post this. So I posted it, and I think this is before I think this is like probably a couple months later after I made Instagram, but I was really on Twitter at the time, and I posted it, and it did very well on Twitter. I think in 2 weeks it hit 50K.
Oh wow!
But this is when Twitter was popping, right? Really, really popping. Now
what year was this?
Really popping.
It was 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago.
About 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So you know what's funny about that is I thought this was a real video. I'm pretty lame then, I guess, because I didn't even realize that it was scripted.
True story. Before we researched you and found out everything, I was like, let me look a little more into him. But I thought this was like a real thing that happened, and you were just having a day that you needed to vent because Rebecca was not a nice person.
I guess that goes to show how authentic you came across then in that video, because I'm sure a lot of people thought that was true. So that's good job. Good job there.
A lot of people.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of questions for you that we want to ask you. Let's just start right out the gate here. How long have you been making videos like this?
Well, I started when I was very young. I did like Vine or whatever, but I didn't get big at all. So I came on Twitter at probably 2016, and I was 17. So I've been making these videos like screaming and ranting and skit rants for probably like 2 years.
Wow. Right. So, I mean, growing up, was that like always your character and you just finally used the power of video?
No, like growing up, when I made videos when I was like a kid at 7 years old and posted on YouTube, I was literally just being stupid. Like I was like making videos of me like singing and doing like cooking shows and stuff like that, and just filming like me farting or something like crazy like that.
So where did the yelling and the outburst for the comedy come from then?
I just remember January 1st of 2016, I posted a video of me going to Sonic on Twitter. This is before I had like Instagram and all that.
Oh, we have Sonics out here, yeah.
Yeah, Sonic. And this is before I had Instagram and all that. And I posted it on Twitter, and I posted it had like 3,000 retweets. I was like, oh my God, like, whoa, let me keep going. So I kept going, and then after time, not really after time, just like in the course of 2016 to 2017, everything just changed. Like my whole life just changed.
Wow.
I just grew fast on Twitter, and then Instagram blew up. That's what really pushed me.
So I was also going to add, I noticed that just by watching you speak, that you seem very different from your videos. Are people generally surprised when they meet you in person about how you seem a little more like chill compared to your videos? Do you get that often?
Yeah, it depends. Because like when I go to social media events, I'm usually Suburban Prince, my character on Instagram.
Right.
So I be that in front of the fans just to give them a show. But like social media creators, they either think I'm very shy, I'm very chill or mellow.
Right.
I'm really just a chill person. I'm not doing all that crazy stuff all the time.
Does that put pressure? I was gonna say, does that put pressure on you to have to feel like you have to reach a certain level sometimes when you're out around those people, other creatives?
Yeah, it does sometimes, because like I feel like I'm playing like two people. Like I feel like I'm playing someone else all the time,
right.
But I also like want to not play that person 24/7, which I think is want to chill.
Pretty interesting though too, because then you can definitely go into acting. I was gonna say, if you're able to tap into that character, I think you'd be good at that as well.
Yeah, it's crazy because when people meet me, they be like, you don't sound the same. It's just they honestly don't believe it's me. Like I have been recognized. People be like, "Are you sure that's you?"
Right.
Like, you're not him. And yeah, it's like I'll be like, I know, like this is me, this is real.
Is that Demi and Jonas Brothers?
Demi and Jonas Brothers?
Okay, that's funny, from Camp Rock, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally hear you, man. When I developed my whole internet thing before I went into television, it was ACTV, and I played the character of AC, which was more like a douchier, over-the-top version of my normal self. And it was fun because I got to do things that I would think about but never really do in real life. And then because I played the character, it was accepted and it was okay.
Yeah, and that's why I think I like it the most. It's because all of my videos, especially when I do rants, like when I broke someone's phone, like broke my girlfriend's phone.
I saw that one. That was good.
And another one is like when I choke slam somebody for my chicken nugget.
Yeah, watch that one too. That was a favorite around these parts.
I would choke somebody over chicken nuggets, especially if they forget that sweet and sour sauce.
We rewound it here at the studio because we were like trying to see if like the guy was a stuntman and there was a mat. There was no mat on the ground at all.
Straight up, they rewound it about 5 times.
Yeah.
Last Tuesday, I witnessed it, and they were cracking up like crazy.
I mean, you straight up chokeslammed him on the kitchen floor for a video. How did you convince your friend to do that?
Because we do fake stunts. Like, it's not real.
But you literally chokeslammed him without a safety harness.
But how I did it was I didn't pick him up. He jumped and my hands.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It was like, and it didn't. I don't know if it hurt it. I hope it didn't.
Right.
But I love Nathan. That's Nathan.
Hey,
That's Nathan Pineland. Shout out to him. I love him.
I was gonna ask. So I know you're from Oklahoma. Andrew was actually wondering this earlier about your accent.
Yeah, is there an accent in Oklahoma, or are we just like awful people?
I guess. If you hung out with me, a lot of people say like that. Hang out, like, bro, you have a strong accent, and I don't know the accent, but they just say you sound very like. I guess we sound very hick.
So wait, okay, time out. So you were born and raised in Oklahoma. That's where you grew up.
Oh no. I was born in Texas.
Okay.
Moved to Kansas.
Okay.
Moved to Oklahoma.
How old were you when you lived in Oklahoma, or started living in Oklahoma?
14 to 18.
Oh, see, yeah, then you wouldn't have had an accent then, because I have friends that are from Kansas and they don't have accents. So now I'm sure if you spent your whole life in Oklahoma, we may be hearing a different King Bo tonight.
Right.
Yeah. But no, I'm not fully from Oklahoma, but I do count it as my home because I like high school. I went through high school there, so I went through like the growing up stages there. So I think that's my home that I call.
Right. So the amount of time it took you to build your following from the ground up, explain to us how you did that.
Honestly, I've been making videos since I was 7 years old. I remember emailing Ellen, like, say, hey, put me on the show. Like, I used to email her 24/7.
And she hasn't done it yet?
No.
Well, guess what, Ellen DeGeneres? Andrew Caravella beat you to it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Shot.
Finally, I get one up on that woman.
So I emailed Ellen, and then I emailed Americans Got Talent. I used to email, like, so many agencies, like, 24/7 when I was 7 and 8 years old, and I would talk to them on the phone, and I would say, I make videos on the internet. And this is before I knew you got paid. Right. This was before, like, YouTube was big.
Right.
This is 2006.
So you were just trying to be on it just to be on it then, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I really didn't know what I was doing, honestly. I was just a kid. And I used to just make these videos. And then it was probably 2013 when I heard about Vine. And that's when I was in Kansas City, and I found out I was moving to Oklahoma. And I was in Kansas City visiting my actual father. And my stepsister at the time was like, hey, let's make some Vines. And I was like, what's Vine?
Especially in Oklahoma, I'm sure Vine is like interpreted very different as out here.
Right.
Yeah, so at that time, it was more like I was confused. So I remember the first Vine I did with her was we were doing that song, It's Britney Bitch, like that. Right. And
give me more.
Yeah, give me more.
I'm so sorry for cussing. Oh my god.
No, it's okay. We have an engineer that's on the button, but okay. Less is better for him.
Yeah. So
dang Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So she wanted me to stay in the closet, and she just said, just scream. So I was like, okay. So she started the Vine, and she said, what time is it? And I busted out the closet and said, it's Britney B. And then she posted it, and then like her friends were like, oh my god, he needs to start Vine. So I started Vine at like 14, and I tried. I really did, and I failed. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is not for me. I'm going to be famous somewhere else. Somehow, I don't know how, but I'll be famous. So I took a break off my sophomore year, and this is when I'm in Oklahoma now. So I took a break off, and then, I don't know, I felt like something was missing. So I just started posting on Twitter. I think, 2016. So it was 2014 to 2015. I wasn't posting, really. So then I posted on Twitter, and kept posting. And I was getting so much hate in, like, my hometown, Oklahoma. Everybody was like, you're not funny. Stop posting these.
Oh, my gosh.
They hated me. I got hacked on Twitter about, like, 4 times.
Wow. By
my so-called friends. And, like, it was just really crazy. So I was really depressed, I remember.
Mm-hmm. Wait, your friends. It wasn't just strangers. It was people that you knew.
Yeah, it was people at my school. I was getting bullied very, very heavy.
That's awful.
And I began to be getting really like popular in my state because I was becoming the kid that posts annoying videos. Right. So I got really depressed, and that's when I really started having I kind of grew to God, I was like, because I really didn't have nobody, so I was like, I'll try God, and it really helped me.
I'll try God. See if it works out.
You know what's funny about that? I was just gonna mention is I was talking about this with somebody yesterday and today actually. A lot of those instances that you were just describing right now, those tend to truly build character, and I'm sure that's helped you into becoming the person that you are today. So that I think that's amazing.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick we got to take a quick commercial break. They're telling us we have to go to break. So we are live with King Bo via Skype from Los Angeles. We're gonna get to the rest of this interview with him in just a quick second. Till then, we got some messages
See you when we're back
from our sponsors. So stick around. We'll be right back live on the WeTube Radio Show.
Hey, WeTube fans, we're AfterBuzz TV, and we bring you all the best in wrestling and sports coverage. I'm Christian Rosenberg.
And I'm Gabby Loren. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., we break down WWE SmackDown Live Show on AfterBuzzTV.com. Can't watch live? Not a problem. It's available on demand on YouTube and Apple Podcast. If you've been searching for an insightful wrestling podcast, then this one's for you.
We bring the highlights, storylines, and news every week
with a fun and lively conversation.
So don't tap out. Tune in to the SmackDown After Show on Tuesday nights with AfterBuzz TV.
America's Dad gets 3 to 10. This is your entertainment wrap-up for NBC News Radio. I'm Andrew Caravella. Bill Cosby is going to the slammer. On Tuesday afternoon, Bill Cosby was found guilty drugging and sexually assaulting a woman at his home more than 14 years ago. The judge has also ruled Cosby a sexual violent predator. In addition to Cosby being sent to a state correctional facility, the judge had also revoked bail. The judge then went on to throw the book at Cosby by saying, quote, "No one is above the law, and no one should be treated differently or disproportionately." Judge Stephen O'Neill continued to scold and lecture Cosby for quite some time. The actor, who is now legally blind, was escorted out of the courthouse with his hands handcuffed in front of him. Gloria Allred, who has been very vocal in the Cosby case, made a brief statement after the trial. She said, "It has been a long journey to justice. Judgment Day has come." According to CNN, he was once a groundbreaking actor known as America's Dad. Cosby was accused by dozens of women of drugging and sexually assaulting them over his decades as a powerful media figure. Cosby was convicted in April of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault for drugging and assaulting Constance at her home in 2004, in the first high-profile celebrity criminal trial of the #MeToo era. Now in other news, Making a Murderer Season 2 will hit Netflix October 19th. Part 2, consisting of 10 episodes, is set to debut on October 19th and will detail the high-stakes post-conviction process in the cases of Stephen Avery, a Wisconsin man who in 2007 was convicted of killing a 25-year-old woman, and his nephew, Brendan Dassey, who was 16 at the time and also convicted of murder. And that's the entertainment wrap-up right here on NBC News Radio. For KCAA, I'm Andrew Caravella.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
We now return to the WeTube Radio Show, NBC News Radio on KCAA.
We now return to the WeTube Radio Show, right here on NBC News Radio. Here's your host, Andrew Caravella and Manny Boy Sandoval.
What is up, everybody? IE, hope you're all having an amazing night. This is Manny Boy Sandoval.
And Andrew Caravella. It's a good night tonight, man. This is like Cali weather.
It is. It's amazing. This morning was super overcast. I'm loving it. It finally feels like fall. I thought it was so disrespectful that yesterday was 105.
Right.
And it was the first day of fall.
We have
ridiculous.
We have an engineer here. He's probably listening right now. Shout out to Brandon. And he said it best, and I totally agree with him. like the weather earlier today is like depression with a smile. That's how it makes me feel. It's a good one, right? People,
as long as it's not raining.
People think it's gloomy and stuff, but I like that because we never get that kind of stuff. You
Depression
know?
with a smile. You said Brandon said that?
Brandon said
that. Sounds like a Brandon thing to say.
Sound like a Brandon thing. Depression with a smile. All right. So
we actually have an amazing, very popular social media star, King.
Other than me?
Oh, are you one? I didn't know that.
King Bo is with us.
King Bo is with us all. And King, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, he's back.
Cool.
Yeah.
We are back.
So King Bo, I wanted to get back to the bullying thing because that's such an impactful thing. And as I was telling Manny Boy here at commercial break, I feel like we have different defense mechanisms being born and raised in California than somebody who's living in the South or like the Midwest. And to hear that you're trying to do something different online, because I started doing my crazy, radio shows when I was in high school, and I actually... Maybe I just went to a weird high school. I actually had a lot of good support and people were like totally into that stuff. And I know it's usually the latter where you're trying to do something fun and creative, and because other people can't do things like that, shame on you, I hate you, roll up in a ball and die. And that sounds like the kind of like the bullying that you had be people just were not into what you were doing at all. And like, I guess my question to you is how did you, aside from, trying God out, how did you tell yourself in such a short amount of time that, forget what they're saying, I'm on a path, I'm on a road, and I'm gonna take it where it leads me to?
I really didn't, and that was like the bad thing. I got very depressed because I let everything they said affect me. And I think when it became my senior year, and I remember I got in a car wreck in the beginning of the year, and on Twitter people were saying like, oh, Bo died for making videos, and people thought it was funny, and it really broke me. And that's when I began becoming like really depressed. So I wasn't really posting that many videos, and then I started losing thousands of followers every day. And it was just a really bad road. But I believe as soon as I hit my lowest point and just like realize how blessed I am and where it could be worse and how I can actually change my life, and I've been getting this blessing to do what I want to do, that's when everything like really changed and opened my eyes. And that's when I kind of realized, you know what, like forget them, screw them. I'm going to make these people happy that support me and follow me. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. Well, come on, let's go and let's get it on. Like that's kind of the mindset I began to have, because I wasn't thinking about like suicide or nothing like that. I just kind of wanted it to disappear, but I realized I couldn't because every video I made was just going freaking viral. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to like disappear. I don't want to start making videos. So I'm going to have to either just like, put some tough boy pants on and just get to, just get used to it and ignore it and realize like I'm not what they say I am, and I am smart. I am talented. I can make it and keep going.
In what ways do you feel that that's helped you today?
It has helped me a lot because I get hate, and I get a lot of it now than I used to get. Now I get it online. I don't really get it in person anymore. Mm-hmm. So now when I see hate, I just really ignore it. Like it don't bother me anymore like it used to.
Right. I've always told people, and I'm only saying this because I don't know where else I can sneak it in tonight. There are 3 types of people in this world. There's the ones that love you, there's the ones that hate you, and then there's the worst one of all, which are the ones that just don't really care for you at all, and they don't even put energy towards what you're doing. So the fact that you had so much hate shows that you, as an individual that's creative and creating online content for hundreds of thousands of people to see, that shows that you're able to inflict an emotion of some kind, even though it's hate in certain people. And the fact that you have given them energy to throw something at you, online, shows that you made a difference. Now, whether, it's food for thought, so whether they take it as a positive or negative, that's on them, and they got to figure out their own life. But the fact that you're able to create emotion in people shows you're on the right path. And with the lovers do come the haters. It's when they stop paying attention to you that you have to start to wonder where you are with your craft. But it doesn't seem like you have that problem at all.
Oh, no, I had that problem. I've had that problem. I had to actually rebrand myself multiple times.
Really?
supported me to keep going. Because when Twitter kind of went from popping to like not really popping anymore, I really moved to Instagram. And at that time I went to Instagram, I was nervous because like I don't know if I can do the same thing. And luckily I did do the same thing on Instagram, but it lasted for about, I would say, 6 months. And in 6 months I hit 1 million. And people were just like, you're doing the same thing. Like, and at first I was ignoring them, but it became my supporters that were telling me that. And they were unfollowing me, and I was just like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I remember I took like probably a good month off, and I wrote down a whole new game plan, and I just came back, and I started gaining like 20,000 a day. And then I lost again. And then I came back with a new game plan, and now I'm gaining again. Nice. This is probably my 4th time rebranding myself. Now I'm doing like skit rants, and they're doing very well.
Yeah, what have you found to be the most impactful for your fans? Now let's focus on the positives. When it comes to you writing new comedy sketches, what are you finding? Because you could see the back end and the analytics, and you get to read all the comments that you're getting from people. So what are you finding to be most impactful to the fans when you create these new sketches?
I think it's when I make a relatable sketch and I act crazy, because the sketches I try to go towards are the ones that either make you upset or make you have an emotion towards it that you do not want to show because you're scared of how you will show it, you know?
Right.
Or you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So I try to go to those sketches so I can be the feeling that you wanted to show. And you're like, oh my God, finally someone said it. Or I can relate to this very much.
Right.
So I have a 2-part question for you, which the first part is just, why do you think people are so drawn to you? And the second part is, where do you draw your inspiration from for these videos?
Why do I think people are so drawn to me? I don't know. I think God just really blessed me.
Oh, I know why.
I prayed for this, and that's the only answer I can give you.
I know why. I know why, Bo.
Huh?
I said I know why.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah, what's why?
The reason is because you represent what the face of like the future of America is. You are attracting people that are like you all across the country, and probably in parts of the world, but mostly in parts of in the nation and stuff. You're a very average person. Just, you know, in this interview, you're very average, easygoing. If we never were talking about the viral thing, I would just be like, man, Bo's that kind of guy that I could go hang out with on a Saturday night at. You're like,
relatable.
You're relatable. Thank you, Nick. That's the word. You're well vocab. You're relatable as a person, and you're likable. So because of those reasons, it's easy for you to attract masses because of the talented sketches and the signatures that you're putting into all of the work that you're doing online.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So now you know.
Back to what inspires your videos then?
Usually when I'm in a place of where I'm really pissed at someone, or where I'm just in a position where I feel like something's just stupid.
When you're over Rebecca?
Yeah, like when that.
Is Rebecca real?
Yeah. Is Rebecca real? We need to know.
Rebecca's not real. She's based off one of my best friends named Mallory Ackemeyer, and she's in Oklahoma.
We should bring Mallory out to do a sketch with you.
I feel like Rebecca in general, that name just gets such a bad rap all the time in popular culture. It's hilarious. I feel bad for all the real Rebeccas out there.
Well, the name wasn't Rebecca at first. It was actually Danielle.
Okay.
I don't know where Rebecca came from till this day.
Rebecca, so like Rebecca.
Okay, I think what it is like, if I have to throw a race card in there for a second, Rebecca's more of a white name. Danielle could kind of be anything, really. Yeah. So for you to rant and use a name like Rebecca, you could have used the name Brittany, Leslie, and it still would have been funny because it sounds like something a stuck-up white chick would say, you know, to a classmate. Yeah. You know, oh, did you just fart? Like, it's totally something I believe I would see in a school.
Have you ever actually farted in front of people in real life? Wait, what was that?
Yes, I have.
I think I have too. I was in 3rd grade. It was so embarrassing. What about you, Andrew?
No. I excuse myself from the room when I got to do that stuff.
Well, when the teacher doesn't let you leave the room, that's when it becomes like an issue. You can't even leave the room.
Yeah, that's awful. Isn't that awful when you're in elementary school? You have like 3 passes a year or something. It's like, really? I'm going to have to use the bathroom more than that. In high school, too?
Yes, but in high school, I would just leave. Like, honestly,
Right.
if you tell me no, I would just leave.
I think that's awful. It's like, well, what do you want me to do? Pee on the desk?
Yeah.
Y'all have made a video, and I got in trouble at school for saying that.
Really?
Yes, like, I got in
That
trouble.
is so fun. Oh, you said about peeing like in class?
I was like, I'll be in your classroom or something. And, like,
We have a beeping sound that keeps going off. Not sure what it is.
no, oh my God.
That's you. Everyone's tuning in to King Bo, and he's getting notifications left and right. That's what's happening here.
If you're friends with King Bo, quit texting him right now.
Yeah,
all right?
we're trying to finish the show, people. Okay, so I hear that you're getting ready to attend acting school. What specific things do you want to learn about yourself as an actor by going into acting school?
Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm trying to.
No, it's all good. It's all good in the hood.
We understand you're busy. What city are you from?
What city? I live in the Valley.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
Hala, way better than anywhere else in LA. And the reason is you can find parking when you get home at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't have to park a block away, which is amazing.
You got a favorite hot spot that you go to on Ventura Boulevard?
No, I really this is really what I do in LA. I go to my friend Kristen Hancher's house. We chill there. Then I hang out with my friend Andy in Santa Clarita, and we usually go to parties or we just film. That's what we really just do.
Which famous people have you come across in LA?
I went to DJ Khaled's event yesterday, so I seen DJ Khaled.
Nice.
DJ Khaled!
So, is that how it is?
Yeah. That's what he says all the time. Right?
I think you were off just a little bit.
Another one.
Right. You know what's funny is I was on vacation and my cousin was wearing a Khalid t-shirt and the lady at the gas station was like, DJ Khaled. And then we're like, this is a Khalid t-shirt. Which is pretty hilarious.
Mood killer.
I know.
So, okay, so acting school. So you want to go to acting school.
Yes.
What is it you want to get out of acting school?
I've been acting all my life. I've been in like 8 or 9 commercials, so I'm actually an actor. So I think that's why I'm so easy to portray a character on the internet. I'm just trying to brush up on my skills, brush up on my comedy skills before I get into professional acting again.
Do you feel like a lot of social media stars could be actors? I feel like a lot of times you guys get bad raps as being like, some people get bad raps of saying like, oh, they're untalented, when on the other hand you guys definitely are talented. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Different type of talent.
Yes and no, it depends. Like, there's some social media stars that are very talented, that are very well diverse. They can act, they can sing, they can rap, they can write. And there's some social media stars that just got famous for nothing,
Having rich parents so they could buy their likes, and they're boring.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite social star?
Instagram or YouTube?
Both.
Yeah, both. Yeah, let's hear both.
I have okay. So for YouTube, it has to be Shane Dawson. He's really one of my favorite YouTubers that ever been. For Instagram, the people that I watch on Instagram is my friends basically. So it's Ricky Thompson, Denzel Dion, Celeste Rose. I think there's probably some more people that I watch. I just don't.
They're just not good enough to be remembered right now. I got you.
I bet you one of your friends is watching or listening and very disappointed right now.
Yeah. Hey, I also heard through the grapevine that you have a brand new clothing line in the works. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm working on a clothing line right now. We're still working on getting everything prepared and ready for it. Because my fans have been really asking about it a lot. Of getting DMs 1,000 DMs a day talking about where's your merch? Where's your merch?
Where's your merch? What are you going to call the line?
That's one of the problems. I'm still thinking about it.
What if you call it Where's the Merch?
Where's the merch?
Release the merch.
Yeah.
That's a good name. That's a good name. So I don't know. We're still working on it. We're actually doing a lot of work. I really want it to be very of kind of me. I wanted it to be kind of a brand that lives outside of me, but still me.
Right.
If that makes sense.
What do you want to do? Hoodies, bracelets, what?
I'm trying to do a whole outfit.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What would you say the style is that you're going for?
very comedic street urban wear.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm assuming colorful then?
So like something like FUBU or South Pole. I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh, not South Pole.
He's like, no.
Not Echo and South Pole.
Dude, Echo's the stuff,
I used
man.
to wear Echo in like 7th grade.
I still wear Echo.
I had Echo like when I was in 1st grade.
Wow.
I love Echo. Echo's so cool.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, God.
So, okay. Huh.
So
Interesting.
this crossed my mind right
Yeah.
now. Where's the merch by King Bach? I'm stuck on it.
King Bo.
King Bo, exactly. My bad.
King
I'm
Bo.
so sorry.
King Bo, you do have a bad memory.
I do. I
really
have a horrible memory.
Bad memory. I'll tell you right now, King Bo, when you get this merch together, hit me up because I will be a celebrity endorser. I love you. I love everything that you're doing. I think you're unique. I haven't seen a you in a long time, and I think your type of comedy is something that's very positive for this next generation that's coming up into the world, and they need more of yous. To kind of compare, I guess for my generation growing up, it was like the Keenan and Kells. It was the Amanda Bynes before she got nuts. It was Raven Simone. It was Miley Cyrus
Hillary
and Hannah
Duff.
Montana. It was Hillary Duff's. That was my generation. I really do think you could possibly be the next impacted generation now with social media as big as it is coming into the world and stuff. And I have nothing against totally endorsing someone like you because I think you're a really neat person.
Thank you. Like that means a lot, and it really does.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because my end goal is really to just honestly be joyful. I just
Right.
really want to be happy because I've been depressed before, and I don't want to be ever close to that.
And that's how I'm getting goosebumps right now because that's literally what you translate over when you do these comedy sketches. It's joyful. Even though you play those crazy black woman characters. You guys have to see his stuff if you haven't.
Yes.
He's hilarious. Those crazy black woman characters and stuff that are always angry. I get the feeling of joy coming off in those sketches, and that's what makes it so fantastic is, you're not trying to be something you're not. You're being something that you are, and that's important when it comes to writing good material.
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna add. What does your family say about it? What's their reaction to all your stuff?
Yeah, that's
The videos in particular.
Oh, when I first started, they were like, well, okay. When I was on Vine, I did some I'm so glad this is not on the internet anymore. I did some very crazy stuff on Vine.
Such
and that's
as?
because I just watched everybody. So
Right.
they weren't happy about I actually got grounded.
Oh man. Wait, so how bad was that video then that you got
I
grounded?
literally, thirst traps were very popular on Vine.
Right.
So what I did as a 14-year-old boy
Oh God.
was put chocolate on my body,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
pour milk on me, and like rub my body.
I don't see the
believe-
problem with that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I would have
What?
definitely
What?
grounded you.
Scott, it went big on Vine. I had like 5,000 likes, and if
Wow.
you're 14 getting 5,000 likes,
Right.
you're like, oh my God.
What else can I do?
Did any of your like school teachers see it? Anyone? Were they talking about it?
Oh, my dumb self showed my mom. I was like, Mom, this is how everything went. I was like, Mom, I have to talk to you.
Did you do it in the shower?
No, I did it in the living room.
Okay.
It was-
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, Mom, I have to tell you something. Like, this is going to be a lot for you to understand. I was like, Mom, I'm getting famous on Vine, and our life is going to change.
At 14, I love it.
I was like, I need to open up a P.O. box so my fans can money. And I was doing all this stuff. She's like, can I see your Vines? And she's seen that video. And I was like, what is wrong? And she's like, go to your room, you're grounded. And she said, you're not making no Vines. I don't know what this app is. She said, like, because we're in Oklahoma. So it's
Right.
like, what is going on? And she's like, she thought I was doing like porn. She didn't know what I was doing.
That is crazy.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
But now the videos they see, they're like, oh my gosh. Like at first they were like, you're making yourself look crazy. But now they're like, oh God, like Bo's really doing it. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah. They support me now.
Very cool. Well, we're going to wrap up this interview here, but before we do, King Bo, where is your social media so people that have been listening to this hour-long interview with you can go and find you and start following your path as you continue forward in comedy?
My Instagram is suburban_prince. And my YouTube is King Bo, and my Snapchat is The Real King Bo, and my Twitter is Prince__Suburban. And yeah, that's my social.
And if you follow him, you just might see him rubbing chocolate and dripping milk all over
I think
him.
you should revise that.
Gladly see
I
that.
think you should revise that. You know, that would be hilarious. Okay, before we go, we want to play a game with you called Questions. It's pretty much rapid questions that we ask you, and then you have to answer it like as fast as possible, like first thing that pops in your mind. Are you willing to take the challenge with us here? What do you say?
Are you willing? I see you saying yes, but I cannot hear you saying yes. Oh, I hear you now.
Oh, there he is now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let me
I'm gonna start off first. I feel like I have a really good one.
Okay, cool.
But I'm going off the list though.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Here we go.
On our mark, get set, and go. Okay, so how do Californian accents sound? Wait, we can't hear you. Give us
Something happened.
1 second. So we're trying to get this
Yeah,
figured
we're gonna
out.
try to figure out volume right now.
Thanks so much for working with us. We see now you have a long time. Okay, hey,
there we go.
we can hear you.
Hello?
What does the California accent sound like to you?
Oh, you guys don't have one.
Really? What? A lot of people say everyone's like yeah. So oh my, like I don't know, very just bubbly, but I don't know. Darn it. Okay.
All right. Next question. Go.
So who is your celebrity crush?
Nicki Minaj.
Favorite food?
Burgers.
Favorite song?
I love it. No, Good Form by Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
I have to ask this one. Dirty little secret.
Their little secret is when I was 8, I used to eat paper.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I love that question. Favorite sports team?
OKC Thunder.
What Thunder? What is that? Basketball?
NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is your favorite vegetable?
I don't like them. I don't know them. I don't know that sister.
What? Dream car.
Dream car is G-Wagon.
Okay. Something your mom doesn't know to this day that you've done.
Oh God. I cracked her windshield by putting my feet on her windshield when I was in 7th grade.
Oh my gosh.
She knows
That
now.
is crazy.
I went into Walmart and I was like, Mom, I got hot in the car, so I wanted to come in. And she came outside. I said, Mom, look, there's somebody threw a rock at your car, and she still thinks somebody threw a rock at her car.
Oh my gosh. That's
Favorite
awesome.
cereal?
Lucky Charms, I believe. Yes.
I gotta know this one. Favorite chips?
Favorite chips? Ruffles.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? God, I think I've just seen it. I don't know. I don't know.
Favorite rapper?
Avengers.
Avengers. Favorite rapper?
Eminem and Nicki Minaj and Drake and Lil Wayne.
Oh, you gave us a whole meal right there. Nice.
Who would play you in the Lifetime movie of your life?
Me.
You'd play yourself? You can't do that.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the one.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Hey, have you ever embarrassed yourself in public?
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Well, when I was a freshman, I literally used the restroom myself trying to have a fart contest with my friend Monte.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I can relate.
Did you win?
Well, yeah, I ended it all.
Hey guys, I'm Andrew Caravella. That wraps up this edition of the WeTube Radio Show with King Bo. King Bo, plug in your social media one more time for our listeners.
Hi, it's Suburban Prince on Instagram. So it's Instagram Suburban_Prince, Twitter Prince__Suburban, Snapchat The Real King Bo, YouTube King Bo.
Awesome. And I'm Andrew Caravella. You can find me on social media when I'm not doing this show on air, Andrew.
And I'm Manny Boy Sandoval, and you can find me at BoySandoval.
Tune in next week. WeTube Radio Show will be back right here, only on NBC News Radio. Thank you to King Bo for joining us. We got to get out of here. It's getting late.
Talk to you soon.
Later.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Rod Williams for tonight. Clear, an overnight low of 60. Sunny on Wednesday, the high reaching 97.